Hello, hello, hello.
What's up, people?
You want to turn the light on?
Oh,
We don't need it.
why would I do something like that? All right, let's.
We don't need it.
Yeah, we need it. Shh. Shush it up, phone. All right, big fingers, hands in the way. Going live. Let's get Black Folks lighting on.
Where is Okay. So this needs to come this way a little bit.
All right, peoples. This is tag team. That's my Coach Renz, but should be automatically sharing over to my groups, to my other page. That's YouTube. That's my YouTube. How you doing, Doc? Felicia, how are you? Yeah, she can't see the title. Husband.
What is it?
Husband and wife playground. Touch this, tease that. So guys, how you doing? So I guess I get to do the introduction this time since I have no tablets or anything that I can do some sharing. So I want to welcome everybody to Marriage Monday. First, let's get a look at the shirts. Dope Black Love, which is right on point with our conversation today. Look, tag team, we're going to have to bring the props in for y'all. Everybody else can see props. But hey, tag team, go over to our YouTube page. So, which is Tag Team Marriage. So welcome Tag Team Marriage members. Continue to subscribe to the channel, guys. We appreciate it. So, as with always, we're going to first give you the invitation to the wedding, the big event, the box office wedding that's going to go down on February 20th, 2021. I'm going to be brief with it. Look, y'all are all invited. All you got to do is go in RSVP at tagteamwedding.com, and you can join us for that weekend, catered by Wolfgang Pub at the Georgia Aquarium. We're going to have a great time. Just cover your RSVP covers the catering from Wolfgang Pups and the drinks. So we're great. We're going to have a great weekend. That's it. That's all I'm saying about that. Join us. Have fun. Tonight's subject, we're talking about husband and wives playground. The playground. Now, we got books and we got other things up here. Just want to let you know we're not sponsored by anybody. These are just things.
No sponsorship.
Some of the things we have. Somebody wouldn't let me put all the stuff.
This is our personal.
Yeah. It wouldn't let me put all the stuff up. It's like a commercial. But wait, there's more. What's up, Michael? How you doing? Yo, let's get some shout outs for people with, say something about where you at, who you are, where you from. Where you at? Like, Michael, I know you from Marietta, so you ain't got to say nothing. But, so we're talking about that intimacy.
Where's our board?
That intimacy level.
We cannot leave our board out. We always have to do our board.
So, look, in intimacy. So a cord with 3 strings is not easily broken. That comes from Ecclesiastes 4:12. It's some great wisdom right there. Basically, there's the two of us, but it is that connection with the Creator that connects all of us together, in one form of fashion. And as you guys know, we have different spirituality, but we still have that one cord that binds us together in our commitment to, the Creator. So,
Hey, Doc.
We thank everybody. I just saw somebody say they should come with Naughty in the Windy City.
Hey, Naughty.
So, what's up? Newark, New Jersey.
Jersey.
All right. New Jersey. So, we are talking about intimacy, people. So, if you bashful and you shy,
this is not the show for you. No, it is.
It is.
It's the show for you.
It's the show for you because that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to say so. I'm gonna lord over this for just a second.
Wait. Cause you did the intros and I was like getting things together, so right. I missed it.
Let me test something.
So
nah. Ain't gonna work.
All right. So he did, of course. You all are personally invited to the box office wedding. It is. You didn't give a date. I did
give a date.
Saturday, February 20th, 2021. I talked about
Wolfgang Pup and everything.
So we have the hotel. If Jackson, he's gonna come in somewhere, I'm sure. Jackson, we have the hotel information now. We are all staying, including us, at the same hotel. Not very, very far from the Georgia Aquarium. So we're making a whole weekend of it from Thursday to Sunday, wedding being on Saturday. So come hit up the ATL. And of course, there are concerns. Of course, concerns by exactly that. So, I made an announcement on the page, I think last week, letting you all know that if you still want to attend, if you still want to be there with us, just understand that if for any reason we need to make a change, we will make a date change. We will not cancel.
Nope.
We will make a date change.
If need be.
We will not cancel.
But we ain't gonna need it.
If need be. If need be, based on what's going on. We will make a date change. We will not cancel. So if you RSVP and you plan on being with us, just flow with how it goes.
Yep. Go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Get into the flow.
All
What's
right.
up?
Hello,
Gary
guys.
Smith from
I'm
Dallas.
I used to live in Dallas. Gary Smith, Dallas, Fort Worth. Love those shirts. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
So,
continue on.
We said that if you're shy, that this ain't the show for you, but it is the show for you. Because here's the thing. Especially, we know that the majority of our audience is of high melanation. And we know that in the high melanated culture, oftentimes intimacy, or for lack of a better term, sex, is always kind of looked down upon. It's looked...
certain things involved.
It's looked negatively. I'm going to need them.
Oh, we'll put them over here.
They look negative. Right, and the main reason is because, so society at large has put a negative spin on sexuality. They went to just the primary lustful things, and so of course cultures and spiritualities and nations and families have done the same, whereas in all honesty, we got to get into a mindset where intimacy is a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. It is a beautiful thing. And we know that most marriages end because they have issues with intimacy, money, and politics. Well, intimacy, money, and politics in most relationships. So let's break down the barrier from the intimacy ever breaking down your relationship. If anything, when you got problems financially, some good intimacy can make it a little easier. Y'all disagree with politics, you can fuss and fight, but some good intimacy afterwards can make it. Intimacy is like, it's like, what was it? In the military, you break your leg, give you some Motrin. You got to cut, give you some Motrin.
Big old bottles of ibuprofen, 800.
No matter what happened to you,
you get ibuprofen.
They give you some.
They give you the ibuprofen.
It's a cure-all. So intimacy can be a cure-all, because even when you're having a bad day, let me tell you guys something. When you're having a bad day, there ain't nothing like coming home to your spouse and just getting that big old deep hug, that deep kiss, and then y'all lay up on each other. Mm-hmm. That's like one of the best things that that's your refuge. So we have to break away from any ideas that intimacy is a problem. And one gentleman that I knew back in the day, and he was a pastor, and one of the things that he used to always say was that if the husband and wife are cool with it, then it's cool to do it.
That's right.
As long as you ain't hurting nobody, infringing on nobody's rights, or forcing somebody else to do something,
one another, get
down with it. If you want to be handcuffed to the ceiling fan while it's spinning around, and you got on some twerking pants, handcuff yourself. Get on the dang.
What a twerking pants?
I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Twerking pants.
Hey, some little twerking shorts, little booty shorts.
Little booty shorts. Little pom pom shorts.
Right, little pom pom shorts. Well, they just too short.
They got the pom pom.
If that floats your boat, if you need a wedge, go get you a wedge. You need some handcuffs, go get some handcuffs. Whatever it is, it don't matter. If you got a wall of toys.
So look, y'all, we are house hunting. We've been doing that for a while, and
what's the primary?
We should have had a house already, but because we opened the popcorn shop, it changed where we want it to be located, in the vicinity of the popcorn shop and the daycare center. So, but we said, in our home, we will have a red room.
Yes, we will.
We will have a red room.
We literally looked at houses, and part of the discovery is where is the red room?
Where is the red room going to be?
Like there was one house. Oh my God!
It was perfect. It was
downstairs, around the corner, then around the corner. You couldn't even know. You wouldn't even know anything was like that. Perfect red room.
Like the red.
I was like, oh my God! I wanted that house. If it wasn't so far away.
I know. But let's have some clarity. Let's kind of go into it a little bit easy for a minute, because we know that
we don't want to scare some of y'all.
We know we don't go. No, not for scaring people.
Some deviants.
But everyone are in different places in their relationships.
Yes, they are.
And sometimes the sexual part of it can be really hard, because women, we are emotional. We're more emotional. Men are more physical. So when there's an altercation, an argument, a disagreement, women tend to kind of go into themselves because if that emotion is not there, if that security is not there, you ain't getting it. And that's pretty much how that works with us. That's how we're built. So we have to understand that sex is not a substitute for good communication and working things out.
No.
Sex is not a substitute for good communication and working things out. But it can be great before or after, depending on the situation, depending on where you all are. Moment of transparency, because you know that's how we do.
Yep.
So we had been at odds almost like all week, y'all. All week. It's like there was something. It's like there was something. It hasn't been all month. It's been sporadic. Like anything. So yeah. So we're still building. So he's so sensitive sometimes, y'all. But we'll talk about that some other time. He can be so sensitive sometimes. I'm like, okay. So anyway,
rude.
My gentle giant. So anyway, Saturday, I took my parents to my grandmother's because she wasn't feeling well. So we were separated. We weren't together all day.
Nope.
And I didn't get home till about 11 or so. And all I could think about all day was what I wanted to do when I got home. And I was mad at him, and he was perturbed with me.
I was mad. Ain't no perturbed.
Perturbed is bad. So anyway, in my mind, it was a thought of, do we talk first, or do we just make love? Do we talk first? And I toggle with this all the way home. Do we talk first, or do we just make love? Because we have this thing that we say, and why are you here? Like, why are you here? After thinking about everything, considering everything, whether we're mad, we're upset with each other, we're in disagreement, Hey, John! I've been waiting for you.
John said men are sensitive. Thank you, John.
Men can be, yes, men are sensitive, okay. But anyway, the decision was made. He didn't know it, but the decision was made that we're going to make love first. But it didn't quite go over as I expected it to, because he was not as receptive, because he was upset with me.
I wasn't having it.
He was upset with me. So, had to do a few things to get in tune with him. And what I did, I just laid on his chest and I matched his breathing.
Right.
I tried to catch his breathing. How he breathed, I breathed. And I just tried to match that.
Right. And let me tell you guys something what that is. So you guys know I meditate a lot. And that is getting a heart-to-heart connection is what that is. All right. So when you get it's not just about lying on each other heart to heart, but getting in a sync of breath. It comes from the art of Tantra. So it is a Tantric game, but it is a heart to heart connection that you start to develop, and it starts to align your energies with each other. Go ahead.
So although we were angry with one another, it didn't mean that making love was off the table. Ladies, you should not, must not use sex as a tool to control your husband.
That's right.
You should not withhold sex from your husband because you're being spiteful or you're angry or you're mad. Again, I'm not saying it's a tool to forget about what it is that you need.
Right.
Because after, yeah.
Yep.
I'm go pat me on the back, John. Yeah.
I taught her that.
Because he did. But after we had such a level of communication, we talked that thing out, and it was like after we talked it out, we had to go again because it just put us in that place. What?
That's not how that went.
It is how it went.
Uh-uh.
Well, it went.
We didn't talk until
I know.
After.
I know. But I'm saying, even after we talked.
Oh. I'm just saying.
Just stay with me.
It was a long.
We didn't have to tell them how many times.
We don't have to tell y'all how many times.
Anyway, it's good to fan on.
We don't have to tell y'all how many
Anyway,
times.
the point is.
We ain't got to tell y'all.
The point is.
How many times? Go ahead.
Are you finished?
I'm finished. Come on, talk.
You almost made me lose my thought.
The point is.
The point is being intimate, being sexual with your spouse at any given time, at any given point, whether you're angry, upset, is not something that you have to say, oh, okay, well, if I do that, then they may think I'm not mad, or they may not take me serious about what it is that I'm dealing with or I'm upset about. So know that it is okay. And withholding sex is not right, it's not fair, and it's not going to help.
Nope.
It's not going to help.
And see, even in the reversal of that, because she said that I wasn't in it at first. And at first, I wasn't. So dudes, even the person who feel you're angry, but she was trying, right? So I recognized, at first I wasn't recognizing that because I was pissed. But then I started recognizing that she's trying. She's putting forth an effort. The worst thing I can do right now would be to reject her, and when she's putting forth this effort. So in our tantric breathing moment, I had to let go and relax, get myself out of my own funk and out of my own mind so that we can proceed and connect with each other and then be able to resolve the issue and then move forward, right? So, because if we didn't, we could be in the same state. And what's the point? Like, literally, what's the point? What's the point of being with somebody if all you're doing is arguing, you're just going to stay mad for days and days and days
right.
and weeks, and you're just going to keep being angry?
Right.
It's like, you would really start to question, why are you here? Because, that's not fun. That's not fun. Marriages are supposed to be fun. So,
John wrote a paragraph.
when the person is working on it, you gotta you gotta do the work with them. It's not a one-sided thing.
Hold on, John.
John wrote a storybook over there.
John said, I'm sorry for interrupting, but we as humans must learn sensuality. It is crucial. Thank you. New Edition even said it's crucial. I'm reading between t-shirt colors, and sensuality is better than sexual. You said it. Tantric and the art of breathing and connecting is everything. And it sounds like you are both getting on the same page. I love y'all. You guys are doing so much positive. Thank you, John. John got the sneaker game on lock, though.
And let me tell you guys something. He mentioned Tantric. I mentioned Tantric. I literally, I'm going to say this. I literally was in a church, and I was a deacon at that church at the time. And I had this young lady who was preaching in Women's Day, and she got up there and said that yoga and tantra is of the devil. And I literally got up there and stopped her from talking, because that's a bunch of foolishness.
She said yoga and tantra are of the devil.
Of the devil. Because because it's mainly practiced in the East, and this was back in the late 90s. So it wasn't as prevalent in America at the time frame. But it's like Hindus practice it, Buddhists practice it. It's a cultural thing. It's not not a religious thing, but it does have spiritual impacts. So don't look at things like that to say that, oh, because this group started doing that, then this is what it means, and you're worshiping this and that. Yeah, they related some of it to their deities, but you can find the same principles in every spirituality. So follow those principles of understanding, gaining heart-to-heart connections with your mate, connecting in the same vision as your mate, right? Getting those kind of connections, that builds your spirituality. Because when y'all you so connect to somebody, y'all be finishing each other's sentences, or we on one side of town, they on the other side of town, and y'all have the same thoughts and the same ideas. You're connecting with one another. You're sharing energies with one another. I don't care if you call it yoga or tantra, because yoga just means unity. So it doesn't matter. Just get in unity with one another. We don't ever want to miss y'all questions and statements. Naughty Naughty said, did she put forth the effort because she didn't want you to remain angry, or did she want a connection? All right.
I wanted a connection, Naughty. I wanted a connection. I didn't want him to remain angry because honestly, I didn't want to remain angry. Like enough was enough. Like I said, we didn't speak like all day. We text that morning. He left to go to do the mountain and go to the gym and head to the store. And I knew I was taking my parents, and we didn't really speak. So I sent him a text, and it just kind of went from there. And it was like, nah. So by the time I headed home, I was still kind of in my feelings and wanted to hold it. But I knew I wanted to love on my man, and I knew I wanted him to love on me. So I wanted the connection, and I wanted some naughty girl. But I wanted the connection. I did. And my mindset was, I want him to feel the way he makes me feel, in modes of angry, when I'm angry or when he's angry or whatever. Like John said, and he said, men are sensitive too, and they can be. So we can't ignore those feelings. They want to be pursued. They want to be wooed. They want us to initiate sometimes, and that kind of just drives them to be what we'd like them to be. So I wanted the connection, and I did want him not to be angry anymore because I didn't want to be angry anymore, as well.
And we gotta, at some point you gotta let go of the anger. Anger is nothing but poison in your system. That's you being in disconnection with, the natural flow of things. And there is no statement in the universe and nature and God and creation that anger is a good thing to hold on to. It has its moments of usefulness, but beyond that, it's frozen. Mm-hmm. Let it go. So you let it go. And you move on and you say like, okay, how can I be happy now? What will make me happy? And whether we had made love or not, just if she had just laid on my chest. See, okay, transparency, right? So the night before, here's the stupid part. The night before, we both wanted to stop being frustrated with each other. I just put my hand across the top edge of the bed enough so she can feel my forearm on her head. I wanted her to come and lay on me. Wasn't trying to make love, just come lay on me. She wanted to come lay on me, but we were both so stubborn in our movements that I didn't just be like, come here, baby. Just come here. And which I do that sometimes. We be angry or something going on, and we lay in the bed and I'm like, come here. Just come in here. And I'm just going to hold you, whether you like it or not. But I didn't want to do that. I was like, I'm going to give you a hint, and that's all you getting. And she was like, I got your hint, but I ain't budging. Go to sleep. And all that did was lead into the next day that we weren't connected, and added more frustration. So there was no intimacy there. There was no intimacy of phone call, of talking to each other. There was no intimacy. I didn't post. If you look at our post on Friday and Saturday, there ain't nothing loving in our posts towards each other Friday and Saturday. Nothing. So it's like all those kinds of intimacy points weren't being hit, weren't being met. So all it did was just keep bolstering a situation that didn't need to remain. Right. It really didn't, because why? What's the point?
Why are you here?
Because you got to get back to happy. Getting back to happy is vital. You need more happiness than sadness. So we had a great, we had our love making. It was awesome. Great. And then and then we talked. We talked even more.
We did.
And the beauty of the conversation at that point was that instead of us going at each other, trying to win the argument, trying to make the other person understand, it became more of it was a discussion. It was an actual discussion where we listened to and heard each other talk, heard each other speak, understood what each other's point of view was, so that we can come to an understanding. Whether we still, and some of it we didn't come to an agreement, but we came to an
understanding, right,
of each other.
Right.
And that is what you got to get sometimes. You may not get an agreement,
John, I'm glad you said that.
But you'll get an understanding. What John say?
So John said there is a book called Love Languages. We all need and feel love differently. For example, I need touch to feel loved. It means holding hands, hugs, see, I'm coming closer, not just sex. Some people need the other four. 5 love languages. Yep, John. There it is. There it is. When we first started this, 5 love languages, this was like a focal point for us.
Yeah, there's like our second or third show is totally this book.
We were talking about 5 love languages. John, you got to go to the YouTube page and subscribe at Tag Team Marriage, and you'll see our videos, what we talked about.
Yes,
so I'm glad you said that, John, because I wanted to start there, actually. I wanted to start with that book, because as y'all see, we have quite a bit of material here.
Wait a minute.
But
let me tease y'all.
We have quite a bit of material. Oh, yeah, they can't see it. They can't see it on that page.
It's because of the way that I can only do this camera angle stuff.
Yeah, sorry.
Facebook don't want to act right.
So, understanding your spouse's love language is very important. It's very important. Because if you understand your spouse's love language, it will help in all of these other areas.
Yes, it does.
Believe it or not.
And actually, one of our favorite things that look, when Baby bought this game, it was totally with a different mindset.
It was like, cause look at the box cover, and like he said, he's into meditation and things like that. So when I bought it just based off of the title of it, the type of game, and the picture. It is so different than what we thought.
It's deep.
This is like our favorite. Yeah. This is like one of our favorites.
Because this doesn't get into the intimacy of, it doesn't get into physical intimacy.
Right.
It gets into conversational intimacy. It gets into vulnerability intimacy.
Yep.
It gets into true desires and aspirations intimacy. It gets into that part that you don't really want to talk about, or you want somebody to just figure it out like they Kreskin the mind reader.
Right.
But it forces you to really open yourself up and talk to your mate. So this...
Yeah. Don't let the picture on the box scare you away and feel like it's one of those, what is it?
Well, for me, it's great.
But for those who, because I would have shied away from this.
Right.
If I didn't understand you. And what, this actually meant.
Some people will take this from a religious point and be like, oh,
it's not. Trust and believe, it's not. It's not.
They're going to have me drinking banana and onion juice and floating.
Not at all. This is not that. It's the game for any couple. And any is underlined. It's a game for any couple.
Because when you can get all of that psychic and energetic and heart connection and intimacy going, and then you go grab something like this.
What's the name of it? It's called Mind, Body, and Soul, the game for any couple. I actually saw this on Amazon after I bought it. I love Amazon. Mind, Body, and Soul. Again, we're not advertising for anyone.
Yeah, we don't get no money off this.
We don't. These are just some little tidbits of what we have. Mind, body, and soul. They're asking on this side too.
Okay.
Mind, body, and soul. The game for any couple. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
So after you've gotten connected in that format, then you go grab something like this here.
You jump into that one.
Then you go grab something like this here.
This one is fun. This one is a new one that I bought. I bought to surprise him. But this one, man, this one is this one was fun. This is fun.
This is a fun card game.
This is really fun.
This is a really fun card game. It's called Lust Languages, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, when I saw the deck and it said Lust Languages, I thought like, oh, we're going to talk about things that we really, physically want to do or have done and blah, 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 blah.
Nope.
Right? No. It gives you, let me give you an example. This thing gives you zones. So if I pull this card, right? If I pull this one, I'm going to tell y'all what's in a minute. If I pull this one, I'm going to show y'all in a second. This gives me the zones that I have to titillate my baby. Then it tells me I got 4 minutes.
For 4 minutes.
For 4 minutes I get to do it. And then it tells me what body position to put her in. And then what I'm able to use. So for instance, this card says that she has to lie down on her back. Her stimulation zones that I get to play around with is her lips, her chest, and her hips. And I can only use my lips and my fingertips for 4 minutes.
For 4 minutes.
Now,
and I cannot.
She cannot respond.
I cannot move.
Can't do nothing. Can't respond. And so that means that I got 4 minutes. And if she don't do anything,
yeah, if
she doesn't lose any points.
If I react,
but if she reacts,
it's a point system. You lose points.
If she reacts, then she loses points, right? So this was so fun, and we lasted about.
Gotta go, John.
We lasted about 4 rounds. Let me show you this one, John, before you go. We lasted about 4 rounds of this before it was over. So winning.
And you're supposed to you can use it with different foods like fruits, strawberries, and you're supposed to have a playlist. John, I got you. And you're supposed to have a playlist. You want to create a playlist.
Yep. Want to have some music playing.
You can light some candles if you like. Just. But we didn't lay in the bed. Like we laid out a blanket and put a lot of pillows on the floor, and we just enjoyed it.
Yep.
And it was like.
Turn the lights down low.
It was.
Hit some cards and try to lick it slow. This game will tell you where to go.
You stupid.
If you understand.
That was good.
No. It's somewhere recorded. Where we at? On the 31-minute mark. 31-minute mark.
Okay. So, that game, that's like really, really fun.
That was fun.
So remember, these things can take you from a bad situation to a good situation. And again, we don't schoolhouse rock thing. And again, yes it is, Auntie. Stay on here.
Yeah.
My eye.
It's for your ears. It ain't never too late.
Sex is not a replacement for good communication. But it is something that was created and invented for a husband and wife to enjoy. It wasn't just created to make babies.
Nope.
Because we ain't having none. We got an 11-year-old we ain't expect. Well, you didn't. I have already. My nephew.
We supposed to be traveling out of town on a Tuesday.
We got to think about who got to go to school. But anyway, it's not a replacement. It's not something that you, okay, love you. He said he does have to go.
Oh, all right, John. Peace, bro.
It's not a replacement, but it can be fun.
Yeah.
It can be fun getting through those tough times, those rough times, and understanding one another.
And I know that some people may feel inadequate sometimes about that. This is why you have to break through some of the cultural biases that's been put on these things, because you may be inadequate because nobody taught you how to do certain things. Like, I'm sure, let me use this one. I'm sure most women don't sit their daughters down and say, well, honey, this book here is called Tickle His Pickle. And you are 20 years old. It's time for you to learn some grown woman stuff. And grown woman stuff happens when you tickle his pickle. We find out things on the street. We find out things from watching. Watching pornos is the worst way to learn how to do anything. Because you got to think, they're doing it for the camera angle. So, yeah. Right. But, so if you do feel, to my point is, if you do feel like, well, I'm not that great in tickling the pickle. I'm not that great in the lowdown on going down, gentlemen. And yeah, I told my son to get this book. I don't care. I had no problem telling my son, hey, get this book. All right. You got to be willing to learn. You got to be willing to learn. And trust me, most of the time, I guarantee if I came to my baby and said, baby, you know what? I read this book, The Go Down on Going Down. Now, I know I ain't been doing it as well as you would like to, but I read this book. Got a lot of different things in here. And I want to try some of these things, see if I can get this stuff down packed, it tell me how to do it in this position right here. It gave me a description of what your body part is like. You know, can we?
Now you're going to have us banned.
Oh, we're going to get banned. Sorry. Can you get in this position so we can try it? You know what I mean? It shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be an issue. Should be ready to try things with your mate. Y'all should be open enough and trust each other enough that you can say, I know I'm not the greatest at this, but I want to get better. So.
Or you don't even have to say it.
Well, you ain't got. Yeah, just.
You don't even have to say it. You can practice it. Surprise a brother. You can practice it. That's what the material is for. And again, like you said, some people feel inadequate in certain things. So either it's for fun or it's for learning.
Right. And it's cool to try new things because lock a brother up. I'm just saying. It's cool. Things. It's cool to try things. And don't lose the key.
Right. Cool. Don't lose the key. If it's something that you don't like and you feel uncomfortable with, then you should be able to tell your spouse that, hey, that's not quite for me. And they should respect that.
Right.
Because there's a plethora of other things that you can enjoy. That y'all can enjoy. Other things. So put these up, because what a key. Okay.
So, and that's why safe words are good. Safe words are good. Have a safe word. That means stop everything, hold the presses, whatever it is, whatever the safe word is. Have those things, so that you can be able to, if y'all up there, and you rolling the dice, and you like lips, back, kiss. All right. Get some kissing on the lips and the back. 17. You want to be able to do these things, but know when to stop and have code words to stop things from happening if you're feeling uncomfortable.
It's not about making your spouse feel uncomfortable.
You want to be comfortable with everything.
Right.
What if they refuse to respect your sexual boundaries, oral sex in particular?
Again, there are other things. First of all...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
First of all...
I threw her off, my apologies.
Like everything I say, discussions should be had before you go into a courtship and a marriage relationship, before you get to that point. If you're talking about getting married to this person, you should have had those type conversations. You should. And everybody's not that comfortable. Again, we have different cultural backgrounds. We have different biases, things that we've been taught were nasty, you don't do, or whatever. But you have to make that decision for yourself, you and your spouse. But to answer your question, Naughty, if there's something particular that you don't like to do, she said oral sex, then that's something that they should respect. But this is the kicker in that. Find something different that they can enjoy, that you enjoy doing, that y'all can come together on. Y'all can come together on. And understand there may be reasons why you don't like doing that. You don't like giving oral sex.
So you might want to delve into that.
Yeah, you might want to talk about that and get into that. There may be reasons why you don't want to do that. And those reasons are yours. Your spouse should not make you feel any less than because you don't want to give them oral sex.
And I've heard this expressed on both male and female sides, so it's not a one-sided statement.
Right.
But that also could be a deal breaker for somebody. And if it is, you have to respect that. Because what you don't want to do is be in a relationship where there's resentment that's just building and building and building and building and building. Real. And then 10 years later, it explodes. Why did it explode? Yeah, there might be a whole bunch of other things over here or symptoms. Step cheating, being mean, being insensitive. Might be a whole bunch of other things that happen. But at the root of it, it was simply because that's something that he or she thoroughly enjoy and must have in their relationship, and it's just not there. So if it's a deal breaker, that's why the conversations are so important. Because if it is a deal breaker, it needs to be known right off the bat so that, if it's like, You're going to part, and you may feel some kind of way, like, really? You're going to break up with me because of that? And all this other greatness because of that? Yeah. People have their deal breakers, and we have to respect whatever a person deal breaker is.
Right, and we have to understand that. You can say it's petty, but people feel what they feel. Yeah. They want what they want. They need what they need.
Because let me tell you, some people think that I am petty. Me, literally, like, yes, me. That I am petty.
Petty Pablo?
Yes, because if a woman smacks while she eats, I will not date her at all. I wouldn't. They literally have been on dates. Check. 5 minutes in. I ain't dealing with that. I can't. So, and some people are like, right. That's petty. That's so, so, just think about it. You gotta eat with this person all the time.
All the time.
And
now, again, if of course, if there are things that a person can work on and they may not recognize it, and you acknowledge it, you don't just leave and just, have an explanation or whatever.
You should.
You want to have those discussions.
I was just being kind of like, I was over it at the time.
Why, people, why? Why you late, people, why?
You done missed a lot of good stuff. But, so if you can talk about it, you can discuss it, if you can dive deep to find out why you don't particularly like a sexual act or a sexual whatever it is, any level of intimacy, if you can dig deep to find out why you don't like it, then, you got go get some help, for one. Or, figure out, if y'all can kind of find a middle ground. Here's something that is intimacy, but it's not physical intimacy. 5 love languages. Gifts. You guys have heard us talk about this a bunch of times. It's like number 2 for my baby. It's not even, it's at the bottom for me. Right? But I had to learn how to appreciate receiving gifts because she loves to give gifts. And at first, I was just like, okay. Thank you. And then the care of them, to take, especially when it's sneakers, I'd be like, it's sneakers. I ain't cleaning sneakers every night or whatever. But I had to understand it means a lot to her.
Alexis, get off.
And all that kind of stuff.
Get off, Alexis.
So, yes, get off, Alexis. So, you can meet in the middle in certain areas. If you can, try to. If you can make it work, that's great. But it has to work for both parties. It can't be one-sided. Because one party can't, if it doesn't work, then somebody's going to build up resentment. So if it goes totally your way, then he has to be completely cool with that. All right? No resentment, no problems. Don't throw it back up in your face. Mm-hmm. Don't have an attitude, none of that. If it goes completely his way, you can't be like, well, I did this for you. Mm-hmm. Don't make a change if it ain't for you too. Right. If the change is just for one person, don't make the change. Right. You got to be willing and part of the change.
Mm-hmm. People amaze me how they want to super critical. Oh, it's gone.
I got you. People amaze me how they want to be super critical on you for liking and wanting things the way you want them, as if they aren't staunch about the things.
Exactly.
Things the way that they like and want them.
Yeah. That's right. Right. Like, you don't have to fit in somebody's box. You don't have to like what they like. You don't have to. I had a meme that I put up on my page. I saw it, and it says something. I can't remember exact. I'm going to paraphrase. It says something to, we can disagree and still be friends. Right. It is possible.
It's very possible.
It is possible. We can disagree and still be friends. But you're right. People like what they like. And you don't like what you don't like. But when you're considering your spouse, make sure you understand why you don't like a certain thing, naughty, for example. Make sure you understand why oral sex could be a problem. And she may not have been talking about herself, but I'm sure people have this thought in this comment. Make sure that you understand why it is that you don't like it, whatever that reason is. Mm-hmm. And then help your spouse to understand why you don't like it and learn to explore different things.
Right.
Learn to explore different things.
Whoa.
Who is that?
privacy here. Private. This adult thing's going on in here.
You know who that is. Yeah, that ain't the boy.
Yeah, adult thing's going. You're not old enough, 24-year-old.
Go away.
We got one of them boomerang kids came back in here too. Throw out, keep coming back. Throw out again.
I don't throw my baby out.
Throw out, she keep coming back.
So anyway.
So you want to explore things. You are so very welcome, Nadi. And I hope y'all have that conversation and develop a level of being open and honest and being vulnerable with each other. Let me tell you, if you're not vulnerable with somebody to tell them why you have an issue with something, they ain't gonna ever understand.
Right.
And y'all just gonna be arguing over stuff that you ain't got no need, that there's no need to argue about, because they're making decisions based on what they know, not decisions based on what you've experienced or what's been going on in your life. Now, I will say this. Orgasmically, little tantric sex, sexual alchemy thing going on here. Orgasmically, there are multiple types of orgasm. There's just not the orgasm. There is the clitoral orgasm. People always confuse it as thinking that there's multiple different clitoral orgasms, but actually there's only one clitoral orgasm. So there's only one clitoris, one total clitoris. So the inner part is still a clitoral orgasm. But by doing it at the outer clit and the inner clit and the deep clit, which they sometimes call the cervical orgasm, the difference, they hit differently. So to explore all those things makes a big difference.
Right.
When we talk about a man's orgasm, and if any men on here, please help me, brother, help me. There is a difference, and if this is too explicit for y'all, grow up.
We grown
There's-
and married.
There is a difference between orgasm inside the vagina and finishing the job, orgasm in the mouth. Totally different experiences. Completely different experiences. And men most men that I know, want to explore both. And they are, they deserve to be explored.
None of your boys are agreeing with you.
Ain't none of y'all jokers saying, y'all better speak up.
Nobody saying
Speak up, brothers. Speak up. Speak up. But what my point is, there are different types of orgasm. There's some people, very few, women can have an orgasm from chest play, right? If you've never experienced that, it's something that's different. Right. And part of intimacy, part of this whole thing is exploring these different levels of intimacy in different ways. I mean, if it's the same thing all the time, what did Eddie Murphy say? He thought he got a Ritz cracker, but then you roll over 5 years later and be like, man, I got some Rick Roll saltines. Because it's the same thing over and over again. But to explore all these different things, to, gain these experiences in a safe environment is a magical, wonderful thing.
Right.
And you shouldn't feel like, well, hopefully you don't, but work your way into not feeling like, oh, I'm not doing that because my grandmama said that's nasty. Or that's what women in the street do. Or that's what, players do. And that sort of thing. So, I grew up in missionary. That's what I literally know people like that. Like missionary, that's it.
I don't know none of my friends.
They don't know how to do no other position, no angles, nothing. So, it's been, one of the great things about being humans, even though I'm not a human, but you know what I'm saying. One of the great things about being humans is that if you look at the animal kingdom, most animals have sex the exact same way, every time. Some primates do it differently every now and then, and there are only a few that gets pleasure out of it. But we have the ability to explore it in so many different ways. And we were designed to explore it in so many different ways.
Right.
You are actually blaspheming against yourself by not exploring it.
By not exploring.
Because your inner self is like,
and that's a part of
I'm here for a human experience. Let me have the human experience.
That is a part of why you have a spouse, to be able to freely explore those things.
So there's no such thing, even though we use it, there's no such thing as a dirty mind. It is only the mind of exploration. But we'll let this thing, we can have a game that says dirty mind, dirty mind. Play the game. y'all got to do a part 2. We keep getting part 2s for all the videos.
We keep getting part 2s. We have to.
Oh, because it's at 49 minutes?
Bye, Lexus. Get off. I can't ever. Get off, Lexus. I'm not playing. See you tomorrow at work.
You keep talking. You go ahead and talk. I'm just showing stuff. Men, love, and sex. A guide for the women. For your man.
For your man.
What else we got?
Yeah.
We got this game right here.
No, we have to crack that one open.
Oh, y'all can't. We don't even know what that one is. So
we have to crack that one open.
And you got to keep buying stuff. Look, this is one of my first books. This book old. This book got some time on it. Yeah, I started with An Idiot's Guide to Tantric Sex way back in the 90s. This might even be a second edition. Yep, this is the 2001 because I lost the original one that I had way back in the 90s.
And I'm glad you said that. He said back in the 90s. So let's be real. We have all had different life experiences. You cannot get mad at your spouse if they've experienced something or have done something with somebody else. Because honestly, if they hadn't done it with somebody else at some point or another, based on your age and who you are and where you are, you can have fun learning with one another. But when you're a certain age, we've been here before, we've been married before, so we can speak on this personally. I need somebody that knows something.
Yeah, I don't want to have to teach.
Yeah. Not at 48?
At 48? No. To which I will be 49 in about 2 months. So, gifts. Gifts. But,
so, experiencing those things with someone who is experienced in other ways, don't feel intimidated. Right. Just feel like you are benefiting. I am benefiting. From what year was it?
Well, I originally discovered Tantra in 91. But then I lost the book on my last military move. That's one of the things that he took. So I got another one.
But you said 91, which means this started a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I read an article about it. Mm-hmm. And I said, ooh, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Somebody said something.
What did they say?
I don't know. It went away.
43 in 2 weeks. Very green in a lot of things. Oh, well, happy birthday there, sir. And Shondell, let me apologize for missing Wednesday. We get back on schedule this Wednesday. Okay.
Shondell said very green in a lot of things, which is fine, Shondell.
Fine. That's
why information like this, Shondell, may be for you.
That's right. Shondell. This book right here. I got this book in 2008, 2009 time frame. Changed my life. Just saying. Changed my life. Because let me tell you why. It changed my life. Okay, so prior to this book, so I got divorced in 2008 from my kid's mother. We were married for 17 years. We dated majority of high school. So what I'm saying is that same person for 20-something years. Mm-hmm. Same, you kind of do what you do. Gentlemen and ladies, what you did with person A don't necessarily work with person B. So when I stepped out into the world as being single for the first time as an adult,
wow.
Being single for the first time since I was pretty much 15 years old.
I was married for 14 years. Being single for the first time as a real adult.
I wasn't armed with much. So I picked this up. Yeah, I had started reading this, but I didn't get to practice this with nobody at the time. That was part of the problem why we didn't stay. Didn't get to practice with nobody. But the point is, I only knew one way of doing this. I only knew at the time, I knew one way of how to go down.
Now they say 52, divorced and don't know nothing.
Yeah. That might be a book for you.
That might be 99.
So
that might be.
It is important to recognize that you can always learn some stuff. And
this is a good one.
There is no time frame that you can't keep learning, right? There's no...
She said, yikes. Okay, now something different then. Something different.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Nothing for me to do.
Get your Kama Sutra book.
Get your Kama Sutra book.
You got a Kama Sutra book, dude. We got to get us a Kama Sutra book. So, my entire life, I had a huge life. I mean, it was more than this kind
I think I do have a Kama Sutra book.
But And that's the thing. Just because she had a Kama Sutra book before she met me, why should I get upset about that? You 48 years old.
With 2 kids.
Yeah, with
adults.
Yeah.
Kids.
So, and there's and here's the thing. There's no. Let me say this, because I'm gonna do a whole nother video about this on my own. I am so sick of men.
Yes. Book names in the description down below. Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. We'll do that. I cannot stand the fact. Okay, this little song, WAP song that came out. I'm not gonna get into the song. Not gonna get into any of that. But what I can't stand is this patriarchal society that we live in. That since the Salem witch trials, most of the Salem witch trial was not about religion. It was about pushing down the sexuality of the woman. Most of the Inquisitions were about pushing down the sexuality of a woman. The killing of the Gnostics, half of it was about pushing down the sexuality of the woman. In ancient Egypt, there were schisms that pushed down the sexuality of the woman. All over this world for the last 8,000 years, men have been trying to make women so chaste. But then they want to run out and find the one that's not. And then you want to call her a hoe or a slut. But you got to be with her in order for her to be the hoe or the slut. So what does that make you? It makes you the same. So instead of... Look, we jealous.
Yeah,
a woman got 8,000 sensual nerve endings just in the opening of her vagina. Dudes only got like 1,000. Yeah, we jealous.
What was you?
But that is no reason to make women feel less than simply because they explore their sexuality. Because, you know, that's what you're there. We are sexual beings. Right? We are designed to desire it, want it, and go get it.
Right.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong
right.
with that. And if we are, and if you pick up, if you pick up your baton at 52, at 43, and you just now really getting rolling on it, there ain't nothing wrong with that. You got plenty of time. Because when I was a personal trainer, I had a lady who was 80 years old, and she had a 55-year-old boyfriend, and she used to ask questions. And it used to freak me out a little bit because I was only in my 30s. But it's like my grandma asked me questions. But I was always tickled at the idea that this lady is 80 years old and she talking about getting it in. And I trained her 3 days a week, and she came to the gym the other days of the week, and she was getting it in every day though. She was talking about I want it every day and he don't want it, and you know, I tried to do. She was telling I was tickling his butt. I'm like,
Nana.
Yeah, I was doing my job, so I'm like, yeah. Well, maybe you're too rough, but inside I'm like, I don't want to hear about 80-year-old tickling a 55-year-old. No, but it don't matter. Now I'm 48, and I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with 55. Right. When I'm 80, I'm like, hey, bro, we're still getting it on. Come on, baby, take you on. Come on, baby, right now. Get you on over there. You know, wait a minute. Hold on, get my stick now. Don't get my stick. We're gonna be getting it. Be 80 years old, gonna be getting it. Getting it good. But yeah, so did we miss anybody? Book names in the description. So yeah, hey, Nadi, Shondell, that's very brave of you, and proud of you guys for being willing to open yourselves up like that. Most people, they'll be ashamed of that, or they'll be scared, or they think what other people may say. But it's like that whole thing back in the day. If you don't say nothing, you don't get no help. You know what I mean? And not that we are
closed mouth, don't get fed.
We know everything, but you know, we all are here to share and to grow and develop and become, you know, greater. Like we said in the very beginning, we were so mad at each other that we ain't gonna tell y'all everybody, but we got a little in-house counselor. Cause we need a little somebody. We have to. I told my baby the other week, I was like, you know, it's good for you to have somebody that you can express your feelings to. That's not me.
A trusted someone.
A trusted someone, yeah. Like there's nothing wrong with having that. We need to have that. So I'm saying that to say that we ain't perfect. Close, but we ain't perfect. But we always looking to better ourselves, just like you guys are looking to better yourselves, and that's what makes all of this great, you know. And I'm just looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, we need to go to, you know, Tokyo Valentino or Superstar. What's the other one? Starbright, Starlight, Starship.
Starbright.
What is it called? Starship?
Starship.
Starship.
Take a trip.
Yep. And you know, don't be afraid to go into those stores.
Oh, yeah. We do that. We'll go and just look around. And,
walk in proud.
Yep.
I remember when I was younger, I used to feel awkward going into those stores. And I literally would drive past the store. Oh, there's 3 cars there. And drive past. Oh, there's 4 cars. Oh, there's 1 car. Okay, there's 1 car. Let me hurry up and get in there.
What if there's somebody I know that's in there?
Right, and I would go to one that was like, if I was living in Brandon, Florida, I'm going to go to the one up, you know, in New Tampa, which is like 45 minutes away. Or, you know, I'm going to go to the other side of town. Instead, but man, now, I park in the front.
Right.
Get out the car. I have a shirt with my name on it. I don't care. And you just walk in, you know, you see stuff. I used to walk around like, well, I don't want to go over there because somebody might see me. But then I realized they're in here too.
Right.
So.
Right. And it does not matter what other people think.
Yeah.
We get so caught up and worried about what other people think. And the person you need to be concerned about is your spouse. What do they think? What do they want? What?
Callie, go get this book.
Why are you laughing?
Callie, go get this book. Sorry, that's an inside joke, y'all. That was an inside joke. Sorry. Callie, go get this book.
Just do it.
Go get that book, Callie. Inside joke. I'm gonna hear about that later.
Hey,
but y'all,
if not now.
So, yeah, don't be embarrassed to go into the stores.
Enjoy your spouse. Y'all enjoy those
because
things.
you can order on. Yeah, you can order online.
Yeah.
But it's different when you can walk in and you can see a thing, because you know you might see something like, oh, that looks like a pretty good size, and then you get it, be like, oh Lord.
Right.
That ain't happening. That's way too big.
Who ordered the horse?
Yeah. Amazon dude be like,
You know, you can scroll over it and it'll magnify it.
Oh, really?
On Amazon, when you buy something.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can scroll over. Oh, I just told myself.
Yep, so did. Coach, I commented on your video about the Spirit and Soul. Would you do a video on Masons and Eastern Stars? Sure. Give me some time. Give me some time on that one. So, but yeah, so we don't be afraid to go into the stores. You know, go look, go check it out, see what you can find. You know, you might find some things that you didn't know. And there's something you had over there on the floor. Something very important when it comes to intimacy, y'all. Y'all need this when it comes to intimacy.
This is kind of for toys.
Yeah. Now, if you're going to get toys and stuff,
personal lubricant. You must find a good one.
Find a good lubricant for whatever you're doing.
You must find a good one.
We are not promoting this one because we are not promoting anybody's products. This is just what we have.
But you wanna be comfortable.
Yeah.
It's nothing worse than trying something and it's like, oh, wait.
Yeah. And
you want to be comfortable.
You want to
physically comfortable.
And it's not just what you think. I know most people gonna think, oh, the front and the back. Is that what you need it for? It could be it's front, it's back, it's hands, it's rubbing each other, it's everything.
And it depends on what it is. Nice massage oil.
Yeah, get you a nice massage,
like
not
that.
one that absorbs all into the skin, and then all of a sudden you're rubbing their skin off. No.
DJing.
I prefer, when it comes to massages, I prefer the gels.
Yeah.
They last longer, good smooth feel. I mean, it has this residue. So you gotta go wash afterwards.
Well, you should wash anyway.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, you really gotta get that
next
off.
to.
But you gotta really get that off.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it ain't. You be in the bed sleeping, you be like, oh, this ain't comfortable.
He's stuck to it.
So. But that's the exploration.
Enjoy each other.
You can explore each other's whole body.
Enjoy each other.
And just be mindful of the areas that people don't like. She don't want me to touch her feet.
Yeah, I'm not a...
Yeah. I do sometimes.
I hate for people to touch my feet.
She getting better at it, though. I do sometimes. She don't even...
Oh, well, yeah, the cradle thing.
Yeah, you catch it in a... Yeah, it's a cradle thing, guys. Okay, guys, let me tell y'all another little secret thing. She didn't know why I was doing this. All right. So when you're laying in the bed with your lady, imagine this is her foot, right? That's her foot. Take the bottom of your foot and cradle her foot like that while y'all laying in the bed. All right. What that does is gives her a sense of security and safety. All right. When we first started, I was doing that, and she was like, "Oh, put your foot on me. Get your feet up." And then when she was sleep, I would do it so that she got used to it, and I kept doing it. Now we get in the bed, and she's putting her foot all on it. So, but cradling her foot gives her a sense of security. You ain't gotta do both feet, but at least do one foot, and you just cradle it, and that gives that sense of security, and y'all will have it helps developing your connection with one another.
Because I find myself now looking for his foot.
Yep.
It's so much bigger than mine.
Yep. You gotta learn how to use these things. Use them. So, you want to use the whole body. Your whole body is a tool to use in order to, develop these intimacies. See, I know y'all thought that intimacy is just sex. No. If you don't see guys standing on the street corner like, yeah, man, last night, man, she was laying in bed, bro. I cradled that foot. Yeah, she was like putty then, man. She was feeling all safe. She was feeling all secure and everything. You know what I'm saying? Then we cuddle. Yeah, we cuddle. Yeah, smell my shoulder. Smell my shoulder. We were cuddling all night. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Dudes ain't on the street corner talking like that. But that's the real thing. This is what your father should have been telling you. But unfortunately, our fathers weren't told that. And
some.
Yeah, some were.
Yeah, some.
But most weren't. I mean, when you go back to our history,
right,
we was already just trying to survive.
Right.
And anyway, we ain't gonna get into that. That gets all political. But
it is 10:13.
Yes, it is.
So we started a little bit around this time, so we wanted to give the full hour.
I'm gonna knock the books down.
We knocked everything down.
It's all right. We're gonna pick it up.
So we hope you all enjoyed. We did.
Y'all enjoy it?
Yep. Coach, can you describe the foot cradle again? I just came into the live.
Okay.
Foot cradle.
So, when she in the bed sleeping.
Really?
Can you do it?
No, I can't.
Give me that foot.
That foot.
That foot. She in the bed sleeping. And that foot's like that. What you want to do is take your foot and come right up under it.
So, and sometimes I have both my feet.
And you want to put your foot and come right up under hers just like that. Right?
So he's cradling my foot.
And I'm pulling my toes upward to cradle the foot, right? That gives her more security and comfort and feeling safe. Okay?
Now, mind you, I can't stand people's feet touching me. I don't care whose feet they are.
Yeah.
So like you said, it was like, oh, get your feet off of me.
And it took some time. And I kept doing it. And I did it. I did it while she was awake at first, and so she can complain. But then I started doing it when she fell asleep, and she didn't even know it. After a while, when she started seeking my foot, then I recognized I can just do it whenever, right?
And it did. It made me feel.
And
it did make me feel comfortable. It made me feel safe.
And we talked about how these things can diffuse situations. Like if you go back when you go back and start at the beginning, you'll see us talking about how when we were angry with each other, there are ways that intimacy can diffuse the anger. That's one thing I've been doing. She said it's been sporadic. We've been through it this month. But all through this month, I've been cradling her foot. It helps to ease tensions as well. If y'all mad at each other, it don't matter. Be mad. I don't like you. I'm asleep next to you, but I'm finna cradle your foot.
Your foot.
Right? Because although she's mad at you, you mad at her, it's showing that I'm mad at you, but I ain't planning to stay mad at you. You mad at me, but we ain't planning to stay mad at each other. We planning on us being back to happy. So let me show you that even mad, I still got you. Right? And of course, if she's had a hard day, I got you. You know, if she's just feeling any kind of insecurity, I got you. You know, you just always want to let her know that you got her. Okay? All the time. Every day. Every night. It's not a reunion, celebration, anniversary thing. It's all the time. All right, so.
Someone said something.
Oh, you got it? Got it. Great, always. Appreciate that. Why y'all go back and look at it. Hey, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Tag Team Marriage. Tag Team Marriage. Go subscribe to that channel. And look, we done told y'all 50 times. We having this box office wedding on February 21st. February 20th in 2021. It's going to be great. COVID's going to be gone. Everybody's going to be having a good time. Probably still be wearing a little mask here and there. But everything's going to be good to go. Come on to Atlanta. Let's have a good time. Let's have a party. We're going to have events. You just got to go to tagteamwedding.com and RSVP. Take care of your food and beverage that's being catered, rather, by Wolfgang Puck, world-renowned chef, at the Georgia Aquarium. Let's have some fun. We're going to have Men's Day. We're going to have Women's Day. We're going to have all kinds of stuff going on. We're going to have some fun. So we look forward to you guys being there. It's been great. It's been real. See y'all later. And always remember, why are you here? Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, I know we got 12 cameras to stop, so be patient with the stopping.